Good morning. Coming up, the story we're all tracking this morning. It's a cross-country storm on the move. Brings some heavy snow to some, but an awful lot of wind and rain to other, and it may threaten some disruption to our early holiday travel. So timing is key. Plus, the new study on severe morning sickness and the hope for treatments in the often debilitating condition. That's coming up right here on GMA.
And in the next hour at GMSA, San Antonio police are investigating a deadly crash on the city's north side. What we've been able to learn overnight. And up next, Lakers are in town for 2 games against our Spurs. Highlights from last night's close loss over at Frost Bank Center. And checking TransSky. Things look good at 410 and McCullough. We'll see you here in just a few minutes.
Rise and shine. It's 6 a.m. on your Thursday morning. Still a little cool out there, 51 degrees.
And a good morning to you. It is 6 a.m. on your Thursday, December 14th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. It was a little too rainy and cold for me yesterday, but I know we need the rain.
We really do need the rain. It was kind of nuisance drizzle. It's just that damp chill yesterday. And Mike Osdrey is here with a look ahead at our Thursday. More of the same, or could we see a little bit more rain today?
Well, this morning rain, and then it's going to kind of dwindle and taper off, a little leftover shower. So not as much as yesterday, but then it's going to come back tomorrow. Not a huge rain event, but it'll be that sort of nuisancey type stuff. Keeping temperatures on the cool side. Then we got a great weekend in store. First of all, out there on the northwest side, the camera froze, but what you can see is the road is definitely damp out there. All of the overpasses in and around and the interchange ramps over there at 410. All right, here's what's going on in town. We've got just a couple little scattered spots of some showers, but it's been kind of on and off all night long. And so that's why just assume all of the roads are definitely damp out there. We do have a few more showers, kind of a broken line from Victoria moving through Pleasanton, and then in a good portion, a lot of Medina County is covered with some light little showers right now. Moving up into Bandera County, Hondo, you're getting a little bit of that rain as well. And then some right here around Divine. If you're going down 35, you're definitely going to run into some of this rain. And then heading on 90 as well. And another round that's going to be working its way on in here. And then after that, we'll keep a few of these showers around this morning. Then they start to, like I said, sort of dwindle and break up quite a bit by later on this afternoon. 51 degrees here in town, 40s in the hill country, really consistent temperatures, although we are on average close to 10 degrees above normal as of right now, and then we only gain about 10 degrees throughout the course of the day. Mountain Cedars on the moderate side, pardon me. The updated count is going to come out about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. Temperatures will stay pretty much where they are for the next few hours with a couple of those light little showers out there. And then by noon, we make it up to 58. And then we're going to start to see rain chances, like I said, dwindle, and a little bit of sunshine is going to be thrown on in there, which is not going to warm us up that much. We'll still stay slightly below normal with a high of 62 later on today. Same number tomorrow. Said better chance of rain. Then the weekend. Talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes because it's going to be a dandy one. Details in just a few minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on?
All right, Mike. So got a report of road debris out there on the southeast side, and TransGuide actually just moved this camera right now. So this is 37 southbound at Cesar Chavez. Hopefully they can move it back. I was looking. There we go. Maybe they're listening to us right now. Okay. Thanks, TransGuide. So I saw this camera. It was a little bit. I had a closer look earlier. It looked like maybe some trash bags or maybe some, maybe even like a mattress out there. But you could see that out on this far right side lane, we do have emergency officials responding to debris on the road. And I did see that it was on one of these main lanes here. So something to definitely keep in mind if you are heading on 37 right now. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good right now. We have some slowdowns here at 410 up by Valley High, headed towards 90, that 410-90 intersection. But saw the cameras a little while ago. Does not appear to be anything major. Maybe just some normal kind of traffic delays that we're seeing out there right now. But for the most part, things looking pretty good. I'll get us back on our rotating shot, see if we could get maybe one more look at the rest of the city. 37 at Goliad, you see traffic moving along pretty well. No major accidents or major incidents right now, with the exception of that road debris. 37 south at Cesar Chavez. Stephanie, Mark, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. Well, one mistake behind the wheel has cost a driver his life.
San Antonio police say that man was killed in a crash after he lost control of his car. Katrina Weber is live where it all happened, the eastbound access road of Loop 410 near Jones-Maltsberger.
And Katrina, we understand the driver was working when this happened.
Now, that's what police told us, that he was doing some sort of food delivery service at the time when he lost control of his car right here on this access road. Looks like he bounced off the side wall there and then went through what used to be a gate just right down there before stopping just short of this building. Now, we have some video to show you how firefighters had to cut the car open just to get the man out. They did work on him here at the scene, but they say that it was too late. He did die at the scene. Police say that there was a passenger in the car as well. She was taken to a hospital as a precaution. Both of those people in their 20s. Police did not say exactly what caused the driver to lose control, but this did happen about 10 o'clock last night, again here on this eastbound access road to Loop 410, just near Jones-Maltsberger. The scene obviously cleared, but there are still signs of what happened, pieces of the broken gate here in the parking lot. Police are still investigating, and no word yet on the name of the man who was killed. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. In your morning headlines, the U.S. Supreme Court will consider whether to restrict the use of a widely used abortion pill. Mifepristone is used in combination with another drug as one of the most common abortion methods in the country. The dispute centers on the FDA's authority to regulate the medication, first approved in 2000. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to make their ruling by next July, just months before the 2024 presidential election. Now to the war in the Middle East and new questions about whether the Biden administration is pushing Israel to change course.
As ABC's Rhiannon Nally tells us, President Biden says Israel is losing international support.
This morning, the White House appears to be playing down President Biden's harshest criticism yet of Israel since the war broke out.
He was expressing concerns that we continue to see civilian casualties in Gaza.
At a fundraiser, the president said Israel is losing international support because of its indiscriminate bombing in Gaza. A White House spokesman would not confirm whether Biden's remark is an official assessment. If so, it could have significant implications.
As I said to my previous answer there, that they will act in accordance with the law of armed conflict and do everything that they can to match their intent, which is to minimize civilian casualties.
If they aren't, then isn't there an obligation for the U.S. to change the way that it's delivering military aid?
That's a hypothetical that I'm not prepared to engage in right now.
Hypothetical if he's saying indiscriminate bombing.
That's a hypothetical I'm not going to engage in. We have expressed our concerns. The president has publicly and privately with the Israelis about the need to reduce civilian casualties, and we're going to continue to do that.
Today, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is meeting with Israel's prime minister to push for restraint and for more humanitarian aid. More than 18,000 people have been killed in Gaza, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. An estimated 85% of the population has been displaced. Encampments like this one, flooded by a recent storm, disease setting in.
135 hostages are still being held by Hamas, including Americans. The Israeli foreign minister says Israel will continue its war in Gaza with or without international support. Rhiannon Nally, ABC News, New York.
607, 51 degrees.
Only a few school days left until winter break. So have you thought about getting your child's teacher a gift? Well, after the commercial break, we're going to hear from an advisor on the best ways to show our local educators that we appreciate them.
Outside with live cam, 51 degrees. So yeah, it's that damp cool. It does continue this morning. Looking out there live right now as we wait for the sun to come up. And we'll talk about our chances of rain once again with Mike Ostrage. Do we take the umbrella or not? Just about 12 past the hour. Welcome back. This morning, a rare punishment in pro sports handed down to one of the NBA's best-known stars.
ABC's Andrew Dembert breaks down the controversy surrounding Draymond Green and what could happen next.
It's a rare punishment in pro basketball. This morning, Warriors star Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely after being thrown out of his third game this season.
And now Green runs over Nurkic, and he'll be called for the foul.
Green, a four-time All-Star, appeared to punch Suns center Yusuf Nurkic in the face during Tuesday night's game.
Nurkic is down in a heap.
I was just selling the call because he was grabbing me and pulling my hip back. So I spun away, and unfortunately I hit him. And so, like I said, I apologize to Yusuf.
Green apologized, but critics say it's too little, too late.
I can't imagine a soul that's in a position to protect Draymond Green.
Look at Thompson and McDaniels. What is going on with that?
Just last month, Green was suspended 5 games for putting Rudy Gobert in a headlock. Green has a history of bad on-court behavior, having been suspended 18 times in his career. The NBA last night cited his history as a repeat offender in handing down the indefinite suspension, saying Green will be required to meet certain league and team conditions before he returns to play. As for Tuesday night's hit on the court, Nurkic had this to say.
What's going on with him, I don't know. Personally, I feel like that brother needed help. And I'm glad he not tried to choke me. Hope he, whatever he got in his life, get better.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Staying with basketball, the Lakers are in town for 2 games against our Spurs this week, and LeBron sat out last night for round 1 over at Frostbank Center. Nice hat, LeBron. However, former #1 draft pick Anthony Davis put on a bit of a show against the most recent first-round pick, Victor Wembanyama. Only a couple seconds into the game when AD drives the lane, but he twists his ankle on the way down. He would stay down for a couple of minutes before getting back up and staying in the game. Spurs playing more fast-paced and finding Trey Jones with a somewhat fancy layup to make it a 5-point game in the first quarter. All right, second quarter, Lakers would pull away, but a rare bright spot right before halftime. KJ finds Wemby on the alley-oop, and the Lakers led by 13 at halftime. Jumping to the fourth quarter now, just over a minute to go. Wemby with the step-back 3 makes it for a 4-point game, and with the clock winding down, Wemby drives, get a trip to the line with an opportunity to tie it, but he only made 1 of his 2 free throws, and the Spurs down 20 seconds left. Wemby had an opportunity to tie it again, but he misses the 3 and fouled out for sticking his leg out. Offensive foul. Lakers win it in a close one. What a heartbreaker. 122-119. Here's Pop after the Spurs' 18th straight loss.
Second half, I felt good. I thought they played a basketball game. They competed. They made some pretty good decisions. Everybody makes mistakes. Both teams do. But the second half, they competed and executed to win. And so I'm glad about that. I want to see how it carries over to Friday.
All right, so looking ahead to tomorrow, Lakers and Spurs will face off again 6:30 at Frostbank Center. Go Spurs, go.
Yes, go Spurs, go, please.
Well, with the fall semester slowly coming to an end, you might be thinking about giving your child's teacher a gift this holiday season.
That's right, and if you don't know what to get, teachers with Teach for America recommend these few items. Gift cards are always a win. Coffee mugs, chapstick, lotion, anything made from the heart, they say, or anything related to school supplies that teachers can use in the classroom to help kids learn.
At the end of the day, teachers funded their classroom with their own money. So parents donating and gifting these supplies really makes a huge impact in our classroom.
So it's recommended to not give alcoholic beverages since teachers don't want anything like that to be accessible to students in the classroom.
Awkward.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't think about that when, second grade teacher, third grade teacher, right?
Okay, right. 6:15 right now on your Thursday morning.
Let's check back with RJ.
Wow, that brought back some memories. It's a different day and age back then. All right, TransGuide traffic cameras right now. 35 at San Marcos, traffic moving pretty good here. See a little bit of a buildup here. 35 southbound at Main, and then 35 Space Center there on the east, kind of northeast side as we're talking about. Okay, so we've been following, we did have that road debris. That has been cleared out there. That was 37 southbound at Cesar Chavez. So good work by emergency officials to get that cleared out. We do have a stalled vehicle now being reported here on the west, kind of southwest side. This is being reported on Hunt Lane at 90, so not really sure why there's a bit of a delay here when it comes to our traffic moving north on 410, but been something I've been kind of following. Looking at the cameras, doesn't seem to be any major issues, but again, we do have this stalled vehicle being reported there. Hunt Lane and US 90, I believe that's the westbound lanes of US 90s. We take one more look at our traffic across the area, and again, traffic moving pretty good out there right now, despite we saw a little bit of wet roads, kind of damp conditions out there, but for the most part, our drivers across the city behaving themselves on this Thursday morning. Good news.
Thank you, sir.
We're glad everybody's behaving.
Yes.
Speaking of teachers, right?
Speaking of students and buses.
Yes, here we go.
I'll make that segue. This morning, grab a jacket. It is definitely cool out there. 50 degrees. And it's going to be about 8 to 10 degrees above normal. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Later on this afternoon, we're not going to warm up that much. 62, a little bit of sunshine, though, and maybe a leftover shower here or there.
Do you need to drink another gallon of coffee?
I don't know. We'll see as time goes on. We've got some showers around here this morning, and then we're going to be seeing the rain sort of dwindle as the day rolls on. Love this display out there, and this is great looking out there right around Canyon Lake. 2 acres of lights and stuff. Wow, that is fantastic. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, over there by 10 at 410. Once again, you can see the road does have a little bit of a sheen on it because we have some of these light little showers. Now, these have been even sort of dwindling a little bit over the past, say, couple of hours, especially this spot right down here that is just about moving through Divine. Had a decent downpour, moderate to heavy shower there right around Pearsall earlier this morning. This continues to work its way up to the north. A few showers there. Medina County, you're getting some okay rain this morning. Elsewhere, it is, again, just very, very light showers heading back off to the east. And then here in town, we've had just a few little sprinkly showers moving on through the area over the course of the morning over on the northwest side, going through Hollywood Park as well as the Medical Center, and another batch of some light rain is moving in here, just crossing over 1604 on the south side near Elmendorf, coming up 281 right there. So we'll continue to see a couple of these showers hanging around here this morning. So here's what's going on. That upper low, the one we were watching even last week, which had looked like it was going to move right in almost on top of us, is definitely taking a northern track, and so therefore that's where most of the rain is. The rainfall totals, what looked very promising a few days ago, still okay, but not as great as what we had hoped for. This will then pull a front through here over the weekend. That's going to make for a just gorgeous weekend. Cool mornings, or chilly, cold mornings, if you will, and then staying in the low 60s, close to normal readings this weekend. Plenty of sunshine around here. This nice northwesterly flow. That's going to be the case going into the first part of the week. Now, as we go into the latter part of the week, another one of those cutoff lows is going to be developing out there to the west of us. Now, again, these things kind of have a mind of their own, so as far as what that's going to do for us, that's anybody's guess as of right now. One thing, though, we will get into more of a southwesterly flow. That's going to help to warm things up. So by the end of the week, we're going to be looking at 70s for high temperatures around here. As far as today, some showers hanging around, but again, they continue to sort of dwindle off as the day rolls on, and we will have a little bit of sunshine thrown in as well. All right, here's the forecast. We make it up to 62 today. Same thing tomorrow. Difference being better chance of rain comes in here again tomorrow. The majority of that being in our northern counties and further on up to the north. And that front's going to slide through then tomorrow evening. Nice looking weekend. We'll actually make it down in the 30s, probably another freeze in portions of the hill country by Sunday morning. Low to mid 60s, lots of sunshine. That's the way we start off next week as well.
Looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mike.
620, 51 degrees.
And just ahead, a 32-year-old Boston woman is accused of posing as a high school student at 3 different schools while working as a social worker. That's coming up next in your GMA First Look.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the 32-year-old woman accused of pretending to be a Boston high school student. Investigators say last year, Shelby Hewitt enrolled in 3 separate schools, presenting herself as a teenage foster child as young as 13, going by the names Daniela and Ellie.
In reality, the defendant was a woman in her early 30s who had attended both college and graduate school and was employed as a social worker.
Hewitt pleaded not guilty this week to 9 counts, including felony forgery, identity fraud, and larceny. Now we're hearing from a former student of one of the schools who says she was friends with Hewitt, but never suspected she was a different age.
We would exchange phone numbers. We would have regular conversations about how our weekend is going. Sometimes she'll cry, get overwhelmed.
We'll have more details in the case against Shelby Hewitt coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Apple is now selling the case for its latest AirPod Pros separately. It's for anyone who wants to make the switch to the USB-C case without purchasing a whole new set of second generation AirPod Pros. The case by itself goes for $100.
Amazon has added a feature to help you look through your entire online library, and they are helping.
The new Your Books hub puts all of your digital, physical, and audiobooks into one searchable area. The feature will also provide recommendations for new items based on past purchases. And the owners of a Meta Quest 2, 3, or Pro headset can stream games through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Players will also need a controller, a good internet connection, the most recent Quest software, and an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership.
And finally, a new cruise ship named Via Odyssey sets sail in May of next year for a 3-year journey around the world. It can host over 900 passengers across 500 cabins, 8 decks, a wraparound promenade, and a giant pool. The ship also has 3 restaurants, 8 bars, 4 lounges, a spa, fitness center, library, and medical center.
So 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a news story that was everywhere about a 3-year cruise getting canceled and passengers being very upset because they didn't have a ship. So I'm told that this is a completely separate deal.
I don't know. 3 years is too long.
626, 51 degrees.
Let's look out there with TransGuide looking at I-35 at San Marcos. Things are moving right now. Also looking pretty good there at I-35 at Maine. A lot more vehicles on the roadway, but things are moving. We'll be right back.
Outside with live cam on the 11th day till Christmas, it's cloudy, dark, and damp. Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No.
No, okay. We'll try again later.
Good morning. It is December 14th. Yes, we're almost at Christmas time.
We are. Thanks for starting your morning with us. That is why I'm not a lyricist or songwriter. Mike Osterhage, you would do a much better job.
Well, I've never heard of, counting down to Christmas with the 12 days, but it's afterwards. But anyway, on the 11th day till Christmas, yeah, something like that. I can't. It's called ad-libbing, which I'm not doing right now. Anyway, it is, dark. It is damp out there. As you can see, there's a bit of a reflection on the road because we've had some showers around the area in the course of the past few hours overnight. The roads were damp when I came into work this morning, and we've had those little speckly showers here and there. 51 degrees. Dew points at 40. Actually, we've got a slightly drier air that came in here overnight. It's still that dampish chill with some of that moisture out there, but the humidity will definitely go up over the next couple of days. We're going to talk about that. First of all, here's what it looks like on radar right now. Again, just those few little showers, more of them out there in Medina County. You've been getting some I mean, okay, it's not anything drought-busting sort of rain, but at least there is some light rain out there, and this will all continue to work its way up to the north, and a couple of nice showers there right around Sabinal, all heading up to the north, and Floresville, you're getting a little bit of that rain as well. And then as this loops back through, and this is only just over the past hour, but again, there's been little spots of some showers here and there, and a few more coming in here from the south side. So that's why just assume all of the roads are going to be on the damp side. You just want to kind of allow yourself a couple of extra minutes this morning. 40s in the hill country, 51 here in town. We are anywhere from 5 close to 10 degrees above normal. Mountain Cedars on the moderate side, a little bit of mold. Updated count comes out later on this morning. Chilly, a couple of showers hanging around here. The rain is going to begin to then dwindle. We may have a leftover sprinkle, especially off to the west later on today. And mostly cloudy, so again, a couple of peaks of sunshine, low 60s for high temperatures. Tomorrow, better rain chances move on in here. Now, the majority of that is going to be in our northern counties and even north of our area, but we will still have some of these showers hanging around here. Almost a repeat of yesterday. Add on a couple of degrees because we'll be up in the low 60s tomorrow. Then front moves through here tomorrow night. Clears us out. Beautiful looking weekend in store. Plenty of sunshine and seasonably cool to cold. Cold in the morning, nice in the afternoon. You're going to love this weekend. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on?
All right, Mike. Yeah, things starting to pick up a little bit throughout the city as we take you outside. TransGuide traffic cameras, 281 San Pedro, a little bit north of downtown, I-10 and Probant. You see traffic is moving along, but we are seeing more cars on the road right now. Expect that to continue throughout the rest of this hour and, of course, the 7 o'clock hour. One thing we've been following over the past 15 minutes or so, 15-20, there was a stalled vehicle being reported there in the westbound lanes at Hunt Lane at US 90. So you can see we're seeing a little bit of delays here. But the one thing that I'm also kind of keeping track of is this traffic that's moving a little bit north from 410 up to 90. We have delays all the way down to Ray Allison and Medina Base Road. So I don't know if you could see it right there, but basically Ray Allison is a little bit south there, Medina Base Road as well. So the Lackland Air Force Base area, something to keep in mind if you're headed out there right now is that we are seeing some pretty good delays out there. Again, just this stall being reported at the moment. Some inbound traffic times. Always talk about Castroville being a little bit busy. That's kind of jumped back and forth from green to yellow, so 33 minutes if you're coming in from Castroville. Rest of the cities, especially our southern surrounding cities, Floresville, Pleasanton, and Lytle, things looking pretty good out there right now. We'll continue to see what's going on there at 410, at 90, and give you more updates as they become available. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. San Antonio police still trying to figure out what caused a delivery driver to lose control of his car.
He died after crashing along the Loop 410 Access Road near Jones-Maltzberger.
Katrina Weber is there live. What have you been able to find out about the driver, Katrina?
Well, we know that he was in his 20s, according to police, and they say that he was working, delivering food for one of those services at the time. Now, I did check with the medical examiner's office, and they have not positively identified him just yet, so we don't have a name. But we know that the crash happened right back here along the access road with the driver's car bouncing off the highway wall and then crashing through a gate right there. We can still see the markings on the ground and pieces of the gate here in the parking lot from where this crash happened. But let me show you the video as well. That crashed car, police say that firefighters had to cut the car open to get that man out of his car after he crashed right around 10 o'clock last night. There was a passenger in the car, a woman with him, also in her 20s. She was taken to a hospital to get checked out. We don't know what caused the driver to lose control, but police say he was heading on the East Access Road when this happened late last night, and then again ending up in the parking lot here after crashing through a metal gate. The driver was dead here at the scene, and again the passenger getting checked out. We're waiting for the medical examiner to make notification before they'll release a name to us. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Well, a counseling center over in Uvalde is not getting its contract renewed after county commissioners there voted against continued state and federal funding.
And a local police department creating new policies after an officer shot and killed a dog during an assault call. Our Sarah Costa joins us live for this morning local headlines. Good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
Good morning, Mark and Steph. That video of the dog getting shot and killed is difficult to watch. But first, we start with the vital resource for the many people in Uvalde still grieving following the massacre at Robb Elementary that will be impacted. The Ecumenical Center has provided therapy and other trauma counseling services at no cost for those impacted by deaths of 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb on May 24th of 2022. Uvalde County DA Christina Mitchell made the recommendation to not renew the contract for the center, instead citing local clinicians and to provide post-trauma care.
After 2 years of watching them, it's going to be my recommendation to the court that we bring those services in all locally and have somebody locally running our resiliency center.
State Senator Roland Gutierrez opposed the decision, saying partly that he is not surprised that once the cameras are gone and the politicians have left, Governor Abbott and others decide to cut funds and cut services. We are going to have more on this story as it develops. A newly released body cam video shows the moments leading up to Balcony Heights police officer shooting and killing a dog. Now the department is looking into creating a new policy. The police chief says this is the first time in recent history that someone in the department used deadly force on an animal. In this incident, the chief says an officer got called out to the Soul Apartments on November 18th for an assault call. The chief says the officer tried to talk with the dog's owner, but the incident escalated. The officer deployed a taser on the man, which didn't work. The dog runs towards the officer, who then shot it twice.
She gave her life for her owner. So it's unfortunate, but I believe we need to be more responsible for our animals.
The chief says the officer was placed on administrative leave for 2 weeks before being cleared. As for the dog's owner, the chief says he was not charged with anything. And the support continues to pour in for a local nonprofit. Just take a look at these new wheels given to the Blessed Angels for their service vehicles. They were provided by Jacob Benya and Spurs legend Tim Duncan's car shop, Blackjack Speed Shop. Earlier this week, Blessed Angels cars were vandalized and burglarized. Blessed Angels is having their toy drive this Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Senior Center on Nacogdoches Road. For how to be part of it, head to our website, ksat.com. Mark, Steph.
Before we go to break, if you're looking for a new Christmas lights experience this year, you have to check out the Lights Alive display over in Alamo Ranch.
Digital journalist Andrew Wilson shows us how the project started after a local family programmed a home light show that grew into the massive undertaking that you can experience today.
Lights Alive is a 1.3-mile drive-through light show. Everything is computer controlled, synchronized to the music. I used to go all out for Christmas in our house, and I used to end up having to do the lights outside. One year I said, nope, honey, you're gonna have to get outside, put up all the Christmas lights. And to my surprise, it was this amazing epic light show that he created. The casting directors for The Great Christmas Light Fight on ABC saw it and invited us to be on the show, and that's how this all started. All of the lights are actually pixels. So I have a pixel here, and every single one has a computer chip in it. So every single light that you see in the show, we've had to map it on our computer exactly where, if you're looking at a Santa, each one of those individual pixels are, and in order to have the computer control all the lights and be synchronized. This has been 5 years in the making. So every year we add more and more, we update new sections. This year we have a whole new soundtrack, and we work on it all year long. And then at the end, we have a Winter Wonderland Park and Play, where people can get out and enjoy the sights and sounds of Christmas. So we actually have a 50-foot tree, and we created our own app, and you can make your own light show on the app and then send it up to the tree and watch it. Santa is up there every night doing photos. We have 2 escape rooms, so you can challenge your family and friends. There's so many fun things to do up there.
For more on Lights Alive, go to ksat.com. Tickets and times. 6:40, 51 degrees.
And just ahead, the inspiring journey of a UTSA graduate who's earned a second master's degree after moving to America from Honduras.
Traffic and weather coming up. In this morning's Great Grad segment, we share the incredible journey of a man who moved from Honduras with a passion for education and how he overcame adversity.
Our Tiffany Huerta shares his experience and how his family and professors helped him reach his educational goals.
Emerson Larios was born in Honduras.
I was with my family until I was 6 years old. Then I was in an orphanage from 8 to 14.
While at an orphanage, Larios says he focused on studying, diving deep into biology and math.
And when I got to the orphanage, I was basically given opportunities to study, and I think that became a refuge for me, academia and learning, and it became a way in which to cope with the adversity.
His hard work paid off. In 2007, Larios was awarded an academic scholarship to attend a school in Auburn, Alabama. His host family changed his life forever.
They have supported me throughout all my academic endeavors.
Larios loves education. He earned the bachelor's degree in science and minor in chemistry at the University of Mobile and a master's in biology at Auburn University. And most recently crossed the stage at UTSA and received his second master's in psychology.
My love for learning, for scholar work and research has grown, and the opportunities that are here are big. So I hope that I develop skills to get those opportunities.
Larios is continuing his education. He is working on a doctoral degree in psychology.
What the main focus in our research lab is sleep, and then how can sleep affect stress development, and then subsequent trauma, stress disorders and so. So that's really I want to do research in that area. Where does biology and psychology come into play and how that works?
Larios is grateful for everyone who supported him in his journey.
I am definitely very proud of myself.
For other students chasing their dreams, Larios has a message.
I would say just take a breath. You're gonna face difficulties, but it's centering yourself and centering the people that support you.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And congratulations to soon-to-be Dr. Larios.
Yes, congratulations. Time now 6:46. Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
Yeah, great story there. All right, not great. Looking at our traffic here on the southwest side. This is near Lackland Air Force Base. Looking at our camera here, TransGuide. Thanks for getting this up for us, TransGuide. Loop 410 at Ray Ellison Boulevard. You can see that traffic in both directions here, northbound and southbound, being a little bit delayed. You see some emergency lights here. There's been ongoing construction here throughout the morning. This construction expected to run through December 22nd, so I haven't seen any other reports of any other stalled vehicles or any other crashes here, but we see a ton of emergency lights. So obviously this is affecting traffic here, something we've been following over the past half hour or so. So right now we're just listing this as construction. Again, I'll give you more updates as I get them. Again, I'll keep on checking TxDOT's website. Again, they are not reporting any stalls or crashes, but you can see that we have a pretty good delay here, especially for our drivers headed north towards US 90 right there. This is Old Pearsall Road right there. So if you needed to maybe exit, that might be a good option for you right there. But again, you're going to run into a lot of the Lackland Air Force Base traffic. So, driving around this area may be limited, especially there for civilians. So something that our drivers there, southwest side, may just have to kind of deal with as we make our way throughout the morning. Maybe head out a little bit earlier if you're watching us right now. One quick look at the rest of the city. Things looking pretty good out there. No major accidents, no major stalled vehicles, no major delays right now, with the exception of our ongoing situation there at 410 and US 90. I'll take us back outside here. Again, that's the camera at Ray Ellison. Let's give us a rotating camera look there at 10 at Pro Branch. Traffic moving along pretty good throughout the west of our area. 35 at Olympia. A lot of people heading to the northeast side, guys, to do their holiday shopping. Not this early, hopefully not. But
you never know.
But you never know. There's a lot of construction out there anyways.
And Mike, there were a few slivers of sunrise out there.
Yeah, we'll see a few more slivers of sunshine as the day rolls on, but just going to be kind of wet this morning, if you will, and murky, if you will, and damp. I don't know. No rain on these guys, though. I love that. All those pretty decorations out there. You never know what you're going to find when you're driving around your neighborhood, and that's always fun to do. You guys still do that? Just hop in the car and drive around, look at Christmas lights?
Yes, I'll take the long way home just to look at extra lights with, my little girl. Yeah.
It's a blast. We're planning on doing that this weekend anyway. But thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture, Oscar. And yeah, there's a couple little holes in the clouds looking off there to the east, and the road with the traffic may be
little bit drier. We haven't had a heck of a lot in the way of rain, but even if the road is drying out a little bit right now, we've got a few more of these showers here on the southeast side, just sliding up to the north. So on 410 on the east side right there, it's not any great shakes, just enough, of course, to make the roads damp. And then a few more showers over right around Castroville up toward Rio Medina. Elsewhere, Medina County, you've been getting some okay rain this morning. Not, a heck of a lot, and that's moving up through Bandera and portions of the hill country, and then down to the south. And notice how these are just sort of fizzling on out. This is going to be the trend throughout the rest of the day, that we keep a couple of showers around here, but they will continue to sort of fizzle on out as the day rolls on, which is what the computer model is indicating pretty well. A leftover little sprinkle here and there, and a bit more sunshine, especially off to the east, more clouds and a leftover shower off there to the west. Now, as we go into the overnight hours, a couple of more showers going to be developing here. Then we've got our next chance of rain, which moves across the area, and that's going to be throughout the day tomorrow. But the thing to take away from this is the majority of that, and you can see way up there at the top of your screen, that's where the majority of the rain is going to be, well north of our area. Rainfall amounts, maybe a quarter of an inch, half an inch further on up to the north. It's not going to be a huge rain event, unfortunately. Early this week, late last week, it looked like it was going to be a fairly decent rain event around here, but the low, which is the culprit or causing this rain, has taken more of a northerly track, so it's staying further away from us, unfortunately. A little bit of rain around here this morning. Temperatures are going to be staying pretty steady throughout the course of the day, and then we make it up to a high today of 62, and tomorrow 62 as well, with that better chance for a few showers around here, again, primarily up to the north. Front comes through later on. That's going to clear things out nicely. Get rid of some of the humidity that's going to try and build back in here. Chilly, downright cold mornings, 30s by Sunday morning. Highs in the low 60s, at or slightly below normal this weekend. And then good start to next week, but right now it's looking like the trend going into the latter part of next week is going to be to warm up. So we're looking at maybe highs by 70 toward the end of next week. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Thank you, Mike.
Time now 6:51, 51 degrees.
Look out there with live cam. For now, yes, 51. Nice and cool, and not too much sun yet, but we'll look out for that. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. 6:55 right now, and following a couple of things out there on our roadways. Still following these delays here. Loop 410 north and southbound there at Ray Ellison. You see a lot of traffic. There's been ongoing construction there in this area, so if you're headed out Lackland Air Force Base area, just keep this in mind. A lot of traffic in both directions there. One other thing that we're following right now, we just got a report of a stalled vehicle. This is out there at 35 and O'Connor, so the northeast side. Being reported on the northbound lanes, but you could see that traffic is being affected in both directions out there. So this just came up on TxDOT's webpage. We'll continue to give you more updates during our 7 o'clock hour as we continue to get them.
Just a couple little slivers of the sunrise out there, but otherwise plenty of clouds. We still have some of these showers kind of hanging around the area. We'll still see a few throughout the course of the morning, so just watch it with some of these damp roads. Then they're going to begin to dwindle. Temperatures have been steady all morning long, and we are going to make it up to 62 later on today with a little bit of sunshine out there. Again, a stray sprinkle, especially off to the west. Slightly better chance for some rain again tomorrow. Most of that, though, is going to be further up to the north of us, and then a front moves through, and that's going to clear things out nicely for the weekend. So we're going to have some chilly mornings, beautiful afternoons, good looking weekend.
Looks good.
Yeah.
We have a special message today. Happy birthday, Joy.
Happy birthday, Joy. Joy is our executive producer here on GMSA, and she's always so positive and brings so much joy, hence her name. So we just wanted to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here on GMSA.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday. Enjoy your day and get some sleep.
There's going to be tacos, Joy.
Yeah.